First of all, Philip, start by telling us what this school is and what it does.
Well, the NR, the École Nationale d'Administration, or the National Administration School, is based in Strasbourg, where it was moved from Paris a few years ago. It was created back in 1945 at the end of the war, and its role is to train the future leaders of France, not only presidents, you mentioned four of them, Emmanuel Macron, François Hollande, Jacques Chirac, and Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, who all went to that school, but also heads of industry. Many of those running the top industries in France were also what they call énarques, former pupils of the ENA. Now, the problem with this school is that for many French people, it is perceived as being too elitist and really too far removed from people's everyday lives. And what they say is that the énarques, the people who come out of that school, who then are in charge of running the country, for example, of being in charge of taxes in France, don't really understand the real concerns of the everyday people of this country. Now, cast your mind back, Nadia, to 2018 and the Yellow Vest protests in France, where there were widespread protests around the country, especially in Paris, which turned very violent, where people took to the streets to complain about the tax system in this country, saying that the government was cut off from reality, that people didn't understand the needs of people every day, and therefore they wanted change. And I think that can explain why President Emmanuel Macron has come out today saying, well, the NR needs to go, it needs to be scrapped, and some other kind of school, more adapted to people's needs, is needed to be created to take its place.
Do we know what kind of school the president intends to replace ENA with?
Well, the easy thing to think would be, well, we'll just keep the NR and we'll just redress it in new clothes, give it a coat of paint and leave it as it is. I think there will be changes. One of the things the president wants to do is to make it easier to get into the NR, because there is an entrance exam. It's a bit like Oxbridge in the United Kingdom. There is an entrance exam which is pretty difficult to get into. It costs money to go there. He wants to make it easier to access for people from poorer areas of France, for people from ethnic minorities in France. He wants more women to be pupils of the NR. All of those are part of the overhaul of the civil service system in France, in a way of trying to make it appear more appealing to people and more open to people's everyday needs. And of course, it's no surprise also, I don't think, that this manoeuvring is coming, although it's been promised for a couple of years. The announcement today is coming almost a year to the day before presidential elections in France. And Emmanuel Macron is struggling in the opinion polls opposite Marine Le Pen. So he wants to be seen as actually making those changes in time for the elections next year.
All right, Philip Turle from our Foreign Affairs desk, thank you very much indeed.